Hello, dear Pisces, and welcome to your love reading for the month of November of 2025. This is Kathy from Divine Debut. If you're on YouTube and watching this Patreon reading, thank you for joining us here. And a special thanks to our patrons, obviously. We're looking at Pisces in the month of November, the Scorpio season. You've got many opportunities. All the water signs and the earth signs have got a lot of flowing help from the divine, from spirit. So let's see, dear Pisces, what's coming through in your tarot reading for the month of November of 2025. Or you can take this as a timeless reading. Remember, it is a general reading, so if you're interested in the personal, then reach out. What is going on, dear spirit? What is the karma dharma for Pisces? Do concentrate on your person. What is the karma dharma for Pisces? Oh, okay. To me, dear Pisces, there's still some work that needs to be done. Remember that Kronos, Saturn, and Neptune, they've re-entered your sign for the last time for a few months until early next year. There's some story that needs to be resolved, dissolved, worked through. You've got second opportunities to close up something. You've had an inkling, a moment of understanding how it will be, for the next 3 years or for the next 14 years when you're finally off the hook relative to Kronos. There are some addictions, some unhealthy cycles, some secret love affair that's playing out and that's maturing you and that's asking you to step on the earth and not, on the clouds, to get off that little cloud, those rose-colored glasses or that imagination, and keep your feet planted firmly on the ground. But also anything that you've dreamed of or you've hoped for, you've worked towards. This could also be the gift, right, that you're manifesting. So let's see, especially if you're overcoming fears and having gone through that maturing process. Maybe someone was out of bounds for you. Maybe you were out of bounds for someone else, right, with the devil, which speaks to limitations, restrictions, timing, and a lot of karma that you've been working through. Once early next year comes, that'll be the end of that. You will have graduated, dear Pisces. So if it's something that you really, really want and you're working to manifest, stay grounded, keep believing and keep working and clearing out any toxicity which has been blocking your manifestation. Let's look at Pisces, dear spirit. What is going on? Let's look at the bigger picture as we take your spread. Let's see. We've got some new decks. We'll be looking at time. Timing is hard to pinpoint, but we're looking at the time, the blocks, some love messages. We'll be taking some Lavetta Sibila to look at the outcome as well. Okay, yep, it's a heavy burden which you're coming to an end with that. But what is the challenge here? What is the challenge? Wow, this new beginning is a challenge for you. You feel as though it's not coming. It will, though. It's promised. It's promised. It is a promise, dear Pisces, that whatever you desire, you will connect with, you can create, as long as you trust in that. Sometimes, the Ace of Wands, it is a very sexual connotation, as is the devil as well. So maybe you have been in a third party situation, some of you, and maybe you were, because you are very much about unconditional love, and that you could be in a spiritual connection where, or you're looking for someone to be emotionally vulnerable and offer you what you've offered, right? But you may have been dealing with someone that was more sexually orientated towards you. Maybe there was confusion on the reality of a relationship, right? And because the Ace of Wands is like the light many times, the challenge is to see the reality, to see what you can do. I mean, we've got so much fire here. I don't know if you're dealing with a fire sign, but something has been very heavy for you. Maybe the challenge is keep carrying this heavy load, that the promise is a new cycle in your life and a lot of clarity. You may be also, this could be around work. Okay, emotionally I see that your cups are spilt, but the surprise is that leave the regrets, leave what happened in the past. You cannot revive the past, but you can revisit a past situation and see the reality of it. If it's something that is healthy, then the promise is yes. Okay, with the 2 cups here. And this may have been involving, you know, a third party situation. When we've got secret love affairs, obviously people are not in healthy, happy relationships, and this is why these themes come up. But it's a lot about lessons and growth, the soul's growth. Let's see where you're coming from. 7 of Swords, yes, there's been stealth and there's been sneakiness and tact. Recent past. 6 of Pentacles. Possible outcome. The Queen of Swords. Sorry, I said the King of Swords. Take it as it resonates. Nevertheless, we do have the Queen of Swords, which she will clear the air. She wants the truth. She wants what's fair and what's just. There is a possibility with 2 Libran energies, even though this is Earth. Many of you know how I read this card, as it's a very Karma Dharma card, which is what you've given out, you will receive, and that stands also for those who have deceived you. You may have been put in a third-party situation without your knowledge. You may have been dreaming and trusting and being very loving with a particular person, and they did not reciprocate. They did not come from the same place with you. Maybe you were dealing with someone that was sort of, you know, holding a lot back relative to their true emotions, or what the connection was, what they really wanted from you. Queen of Swords will decipher. She will clear. She will make a decision. No major arcana cards. Let's see in the now. Yeah, there's a moment of stoppage, perfectionism. I don't know if I could take this burden to the final outcome, right? You see the little house in the distance here. I don't know if I can carry on like this. Yeah, there's a stoppage. There's like a reality check here. This is Virgo energy, and Virgo for you Pisces, especially if you're a Pisces rising, there's nothing moving relative to relationships. Maybe you're trying to decipher, clear, because Virgo has got the ability to distance themselves, to detach, to see things from a reality, and to even perfect things, you know, missed opportunities, missed information. Someone needs time here. Let's see. 8 of Cups. The High Priestess. High Priestess is many times the other person. This is you. Maybe you feel as though you've been taken for a ride. Maybe you haven't been trusting your higher self and your intuition. Maybe you've had some revelations. The revelations may have been through a situation in your life, or even through your higher self, right? And maybe you also receive the knowledge that someone you were connecting with was not their true selves. They were hiding. They were wearing a mask. Some of you may have instinctually felt as though the relationship would not stand, that someone would check out. I mean, the High Priestess, of course, could be a spiritual connection, a connection that has not, you know, the reality of the connection. High Priestess would be a spiritual connection, a more loving and truthful connection, right? Possibly also a hidden connection. Well, High Priestess and the Devil, they do speak to secret love affairs. But some of you may have been mixed up or confused about the reality of a connection, fearing that maybe this person has come into your life just to teach you a lesson. So there may be some confusion here. I like that we've got the Queen of Swords because she can clear the air. Let's see. Someone's going through a breakup, through an ending, through a metamorphosis, an ending. Scorpio is mysteries that could be revealed around the reality of a situation, right? Scorpio is very sexually orientated as well, very mysterious, and we're in the Scorpio season. As I said, you will have opportunities as to what the reality of a situation is. Maybe a lot has been hidden from you. Interesting with the Nine of Pentacles, Virgo energy again, which is your 7th house, especially if you're a Pisces rising. A lot will be revealed about the reality to a situation. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is I'm single, I'm free, but I'm lonely. Queen of Swords, 6 of Pentacles again could speak to anything legal, a legal divorce, a separation. Let's see. You could be revisiting a situation, I mean, where the cups are concerned, your emotions. 8 of Cups is in the past, and you've got the 5 of Cups here. So we're going from the 8 to the 5, like revisiting a situation. Maybe there's something that you're still needing to release emotionally. It could be fears, it could be a past connection, which could be, with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, Mercury retrograde does bring returns where there will be more clarity, more logic, and more revelations as to the fears, the intimacy, the emotional intimacy with connecting with someone, as to anything to do with secretive sexual interaction, and even fears relative to one's psyche and their subconscious. 2 Virgo cards. 8 of Pentacles. Work could be on the cards as well, where you may be working with someone that you've been connecting to, or someone is now single, ready to put in the work to have a second opportunity. I mean, the 4 of Cups is missed opportunities. And we've got the 5 and then the 4. Again, even going further back. Let's see. And we've got the Page of Cups, which could be a return and an apology. And there are the 5 Cups again. Even maybe for some of you, a necessity for forgiveness and the ability to move on. Let's look at the perfectionism of the Knight of Pentacles and the stoppage, the lack of movement. Yes, until an open portal opens. I mean, I just did the Virgo reading and they had the Justice card in the same position. Maybe check out the Virgo reading. Justice is a lot of karma, a lot of dharma. We've got the scales again here and here. A Libra comes through very strongly as well. Libra is relationships. It's anything legal. Possible outcome. You've got the Emperor, and Virgo had the Emperor as well, and the Devil. So do check out the Virgo reading. The Emperor and the Queen of Swords. Wow, okay, big similarities with Virgo. Check out their reading. To me, it's like the Divine Feminine holds her, I mean, she's put up her boundaries, she holds her position until someone can be the mature one, possibly give you that security, that long-term, that commitment. Or some of you may have a choice between a past controlling, manipulative, possibly Emperor, someone that's a bit older, and you've got a choice between a Knight of Cups, which could be someone that is not as mature. We've got the page and then the knight, where someone is transitioning in the emotional department, offering you much more. Now, doesn't mean everyone has got a choice. It could be a second chance at returning to a past situation where there's been a lack of reciprocity, or even a lack of communication. Why? Because a lack of communication, because there's stealth, there's sneakiness, there's secrets, there's third parties. But the reality, because pentacles do speak to our reality and the physical, right? So someone is physically going through a death process, a big change in their life of who they gave to. Was it worth the effort? Did they receive back? What is the karma? What is the dharma that's playing out? Someone needs to know their worth. Someone needs to know that they can stand on their own. Someone needs to know that the reality is that someone is very lonely. Someone is single here, possibly ready to put in the work. It could be connected to a past situation where they're now free. Now they understand the reality and they could be returning with an emotional offer. I don't know what you're going to do. You will be deciphering. You will be very cold and just as to the decision that you're making, because you've been hurt before, obviously. As I said, the Emperor is very much like the devil for me. And the Emperor could also speak to someone that holds heavy responsibilities. It could be controlling, on a narcissistic individual, on the other hand, that you could be releasing. Or you're dealing with someone that was, in the emotional department, they were not mature. They were more mature in life's experiences, but not so much in the emotional department. And someone that holds heavy responsibilities, they could have older children, young adult children. Okay, so maybe they've got heavy responsibilities, and they may also be dealing with, you may be the third person, you may be dealing with someone that's going through a separation, divorce, and dealing with their dharma or their karma right now, and doing the work that they need to do, and then they're able to offer you more, but they may be also carrying still a chip on their shoulder. We'll be taking 3 Sibyllahs as to the outcome. We've got a King of Cups here as well. We've got the page, the Knight, and then the King. So emotional security or emotional fluctuations. There's the Ace of Cups, which is the potential for you, dear Pisces. And we've got the Chariot. So Cancer, Scorpio come through as well. This could speak to someone changing home, someone overcoming obstacles, making a choice. That they want, they want the changes, they want to move towards victory. They've had a dilemma, but they're making a choice towards self-love and loving, possibly also going through healing before they can offer you their Ace of Cups, which is here. We've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands here. So there is passion, there's desire, there's fire, which is creation, but we've also got the Ace of Cups, which is emotional happiness and opportunity. Nevertheless, let's see what the Lenormand, what is the advice from the Lenormand? I got a sneak peek at the mice, and there's the snake as well. So there are third parties. There is a lot that needs to be purged. The mice is Chiron in Libra. Speaks to someone feeling as though they're running out of time. I mean, the Emperor is someone that is older, feeling as though time is slipping away, but Kronos does demand that the timing is, it's in his hands when he permits. Right? Forbidden knowledge is the snake. It's wisdom. It's it's deep attraction, secretive attraction, as the snake is usually the other woman, right? Just like the high priestess here. What's going on for Pisces? So the signs that are coming through mainly, and in the first spread, in the initial spread, there were no major arcana. So you do have some ability to take charge of your life, but then we've got a few majors that have come through. So Scorpio, Libra, Aries, and Pisces are the main signs here. We'll be taking the dice for more signs and timing. We've got the dog, and the dog is loyalty, friendship, play. We've got, wow, the dog is a puppy, so this is like going through maturation, because Chronos is maturity and timing. Someone needed to mature. Someone needed to prove their loyalty. We've got the star. And the star says that a wish fulfillment comes through in Chronos's timing, after maturity, after having worked through the karma, getting serious. Here is the magnifying glass, which is the perfectionism of the archetype of Virgo, getting stuck on the details, needing to purify, needing to do the work, needing to go back to the drawing board, put in the effort, overcome any regrets, any emotional wounding before, because look at all the water up here. Someone is thinking very much about, the emotions. What are the true emotions of this person? I don't know if I want to accept this offer. I don't know if this offer is good enough for me. It's like you're going back to the drawing board, revisiting, re-looking at a situation. Don't get stuck on the details unless you're dealing with someone that is a perfectionist. Could be a Virgo, even though Virgo really has not come through here. But the Virgo is, you're a Virgo where relationships are concerned, if you're a Pisces rising, because Virgo is your 7th house. Queen of Cups is here, and we were missing the Queen of Cups. We had the Page, the Knight, the King, and here is the Queen of Cups. She is the like the High Priestess right here. So what the Queen of Cups is hoping for, which is possibly you, is a new cycle, is a new nest, is a new chance, because the storks bring the child, they bring the something that is new, right? This is Mercury in Gemini. I want a lot of clarity. I want the communication. I want to transition, move. I'm yearning for a new cycle. I'm yearning for change. And there's the house, which could be the relationship. We've got the King and the Queen of Cups. Oh my God, Pisces. Oh my God. So I feel that some of you are leaving someone that's more inclined towards business, more inclined towards control, and you're opening up with someone that has been going through an emotional maturing. Maybe they needed their time, and maybe the time is very soon. Okay, because we've got the King of Cups there, we've got the Queen of Cups. King of Cups comes through twice. Some of you are going to be the Queen of Swords with a narcissistic controlling past connection, possibly, or what you're demanding and what you're communicating is, I'm not going to fall in the same trap again. There's been deception, could have been self-deception, could have been deception coming from another. You're seeing much more clearly now. Yeah, there's a big death process. Scorpio comes through very strongly for you as well. And remember what I said, that Mercury is retrograding through Scorpio and then through Sag. It's more about the going deep, releasing, surrendering, turning that toxicity into elixir, and expanding on your horizons, right? Mercury will bring you a lot of information and a lot of knowledge as to what was hidden, right? And what you're releasing and entering into. There's the, this would be the Knight of Cups. the King of Cups, right? This is the, I do feel that some of you are dealing with two different people, one younger, one older. Or if that's not happening for you, then you're connecting with someone that is older, but it's like they've gone through their karma. They've dealt with a past situation. As I said, they may be carrying a chip on their shoulder, but they're willing to emotionally mature for you and give you what you demand, right? This is like the Knight of Cups turning into the King of Cups for me. So yes, Scorpio is very evident for you. Let's look at you emotionally and through the month of November. As I said, it could be a timeless reading, so whenever you receive this message, it will be important for you. Let's see, for Pisces in the month of November, what's going on in the psyche? Signs. Pay attention to many signs that you're receiving. Even though there's no communication, someone is receiving signs here. The mute is also a feeling of emptiness, loneliness. And as I said, if there's been no communication, it's like you're receiving signs that your person is in solitude, feeling a sense of emptiness, even missing you. If you've had, telepathy and communication, if you've had a lack of communication through the physical means, we don't have the Eight of Wands here. This is more the telepathic communication between you and another person. Let's see, a lot will be revealed, and it's like an opportune moment where the roads open, the signs again, the signposts are giving you opportunity, but it's also, to me, the crossroads is like leaving one path in life and entering a new. The key is a conclusion, it's revelations, and the revelations relative to someone's deception. It could be concerning open wounds and psychological fears connected to their childhood, to the past, to a past lifetime as well. Okay. Yeah, the guidance will be there for you. Okay. Someone is seeking the guidance. Let's look at the possible outcome here, and then we'll take the blockages. Let's take 3 Sibilas, La Vera Sibila. We've got someone is delirious, someone is single, someone has been doing silly things after having a drink or two. And remember, the devil can speak to addictions, addictive behaviors. Someone needs support and help from their friends as they're coming single. 9 of Pentacles, they need to know that they are worthy of standing up on their own and also attracting the right partnership. Let's see what else. 2 of Cups, someone needs, or someone may be coming through after they've had a couple of drinks, after they've overcome their fears and their dilemmas, about offering you that 2 of Cups. The Kaza is the home. You've got the Kaza in the home. So I don't know if there's a connection between family. This connection, this relationship has got to do with family. This could also be an invitation to someone's home or to someone's emotional opening. Yeah. And this could involve long distance. We've got the Viaggio. This is like the Knight of Cups coming in. Many times I do see them as Sagittarius, but he's trotting in. So this would be more the Knight of Cups. And it's the 3 of Wands. So yes, it could be a foreigner, could be at a physical distance, or someone that travels for work. Right? Someone's coming in with an offer of love with the 2 of Cups here. Could be a soulmate for some of you. Someone's overcoming their fears and taking action towards you. And it involves a voyage. I don't know if the voyage is a metaphorical new path or if it's a physical voyage, travel. you're going to have a tower moment. There will be a lot of revelations. There's the Seven of Swords. That's at the seed of your reading. A moment of, you're feeling as though there's a moment of disaster, or there's an awakening, a spiritual download. Uranus is changing into Taurus and will be in very good aspect to you, Pisces, and to possibly also Kronos, Saturn in Pisces. Uranus will break down and break free, break out from the limitations of Saturn, and Uranus also connecting well to Neptune will also bring the reality and the truth after the dream or the deception. Okay, so wonderful. I feel that that's a really positive omen. Let's see what let's take the love messages first of all. For Pisces, please, Spirit. Pisces. There may also be an age difference here. Let's see what the love messages speak to for Pisces. Overwhelmed. The stress from this is draining me. Gossip. I'm afraid of what other people will think. And so someone fears relative to their position in society, their reputation. And escape. I left when things got hard. Yeah, so someone really does pay a lot of attention as to what's going on in their environment, fearing gossip, fearing. So obviously that would have a lot to do with the Emperor here, because the Emperor needs to hold a strong position, a strong face. Whereas the Knight of Cups is more vulnerable, right? So they left when things got hard. That obviously would bring up wounding from the past, from their childhood. And that's why maybe someone was deceptive here. Let's take one more. The card underneath. Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. Obviously, Pisces, you do love unconditionally, and someone has realized that. Let's have a look at the blockages. The blockages could be subconscious as well. Let's see. Pisces. Not compatible. You don't really believe there's a match for you. Have an open mind. Someone was very conservatively thinking. And possibly it had to do with the way they were raised. Too risky. You feel like it's not worth the risk, but opening your heart is a risk worth taking. Again, it does steer towards the Virgo reading. And everyone leaves. Choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. So someone's been hurt a lot, thinking that everyone will always be leaving. So there are self-worth doubts here. Okay. That would be more the Knight of Cups for me. What's at the bottom? Too much. You tell others too much about yourself all at once. Sit back and listen more. I think the gossip ties in a little bit with that as well. Somewhat, you're dealing with someone that's very secretive. Scorpio, it points to Scorpio for me. Let's take it. We did say the outcome could possibly be that there is someone coming in and bringing you an offer of love, surely. Let's look at the days. Days, weeks, possibly also months. Take it as it resonates. Listen to your higher self. 12. Keep the number 12. It could be 12 days. It could be the 12th month, the month of December. It could be 3 months. It could be 3 days if you add the 12 up. Let's have a look at the signs that are mostly important. For some of you, it could be 12 months. Let's not rule that out. That's the longest. But we're taking cards. Timing cards here, which I forgot that I'll be using for you. Let's go with the signs. We've got Gemini. Gemini. Gemini is a double sign, so they may be going back and forth relative to a decision, or communication is very important. We've got Aries. Aries is the warrior, right? Mars ruled. We've got Sagittarius here. We had Gemini, Sagittarius. Mutable signs, which you're a mutable sign as well. They are being affected by the eclipses, as you are as well. Necessity for change. We've got Taurus. Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign, and that's where Uranus is entering, which will help you. And Gemini comes through again, so pay attention to the Gemini energy. I don't know how that speaks to you personally. Let's look at the planets. The planets, they could be the rulers. Well, we've got an in-between between the North Node and Jupiter. Jupiter is expansion, wisdom, information, long-distance travel. The North Node, of course, is fate and destiny. Pisces, you are holding the North Node. And, of course, Jupiter in your sign is in a very strong position, right? Well, Jupiter is in Cancer in a very good aspect over to your sign, but Jupiter is your ruling planet and the North Node is in your sign. So destiny is playing out, hoping to bring you wisdom, expansion, abundance, right? And pushing you towards your North Node. We've got Mercury. Mercury is communication. It rules Virgo and rules Gemini. One more. And we've got Mars. You know, the desire to communicate clearly, to move forward. Mars also rules Scorpio as well as Aries. So these could be little sort of ink links, a little bit of information. Take the messages as they resonate for you. Let's take 3 cards, 3 timing cards. They can work as a group or they can work individually. Take the one that resonates for you in your personal situation. March, 17th of March. Keep the number 17. 17th of March is the day that Gabriel announced to Mother Mary that she would be giving birth. That she will be giving birth to Jesus Christ. That's a really important day. For me, it's a very strong message, and Pisces is my seventh house, as I'm a Virgo rising. Okay, so very, very significant day. Oh, wow, okay. Next couple of months, keep the number 43. Could be an age as well. You can add up the number 17, adds up to an 8. We've got a 7 here. And timing is pushed back due to blockages. Number 40. And that breaks down to a 4. So we've spoken about this. Timing is pushed back due to blockages. But we've got the opportunity to do the work to continue and release anything, dear Pisces, that needs to go. Because the old season, the old chapter is leaving. We're entering a new season as all the outer planets are changing. A lot of the outer planets are changing signs. You would know more if you're a patron, because we do talk about the astrology and we talk about all about this through Patreon. So do support Divine Debut through Patreon by becoming a patron. Thank you for even, you know, looking at it. You can become a free patron. Check out what's up there, and then you can decide to move forward and become a patron and support us. Thank you so much, dear Pisces. I hope that these messages resonated. Even if you get 1 or 2 messages from this reading, it's a bonus. If you're interested, as I said, in a personal, then do not hesitate to reach out. Love and light to all of you, and I'm wishing you well. Love you lots, Pisces.